Here we go. 9:16, and theater fans, there is something to sing about. New York City Broadway Week is back, and so is your chance to see shows at a discounted price.
Yeah, so here with a guide to New York City Broadway Week is theater journalist, Broadway Girl NYC, Laura Heywood. So good morning.
Hi, I'm so happy to be back.
Yes, great to have you.
This is so exciting for a lot of folks, not only those who love Broadway, but maybe even those that just, can't really afford it. The full price.
Absolutely.
Great
I
opportunity.
have friends who travel in from the West Coast for Broadway Week every year because it's the best way to see more shows on your, for your money.
Yeah. So what kind of discounts are being offered right now?
50%. Broadway Week is a 2-for-1 ticketing opportunity. 23 shows are involved, including some of the big hits like Hamilton and Wicked.
And The Lion King?
And The Lion King.
Wow.
Some of these shows have been hard to get tickets to at full price before, but now they're available 2-for-1.
Wow.
What do you think are the ones that people should, besides the big ones, what are some of the other ones that people maybe should take a look at?
Well, I've kind of divided them up into categories.
Yes. Okay.
So I think that if you're looking at a first-timer, a big show like Wicked or The Lion King is a great way to start. Hamilton is also one that's become a favorite. Little known fact, most of the Broadway theaters at their merchandise booths have stickers that say "My First Broadway Show"
really?
that you can put on your playbill or on your, on your sweater if you're going to a first-time show.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then if you're, say, taking a group of all ages that might include your grandparents, say, I would look at some options that are inspired by literature, like The Notebook, which made me sob my eyes out.
Yeah, me too.
I'd never seen the movie, so I had read the book, so it wasn't a total surprise. And The Great Gatsby is another one. Plus, I think I'm gonna call it the sleeper hit of the summer. You know where I'm going, right? Once Upon a Mattress. Funniest thing I've seen in a long time, and so wholesome. It's the retelling of the Princess and the Pea story, but it is not your classic fairy tale musical.
Yeah.
Big star in that one.
Sutton Foster, my goodness.
Yeah, Sutton Foster and Michael Urie, who's starring alongside her, two of the funniest people on Broadway. And that's also an opportunity to see a major star who maybe you've followed since 2002 when she was in Thoroughly Modern Millie, or saw in The Music Man a few years ago. So that's another great one. I love a Broadway Girls Night Out. And as long as I can dance and sing quietly in my head, because we don't sing out loud at the theater, but shows like Six, Moulin Rouge is an all-time favorite of mine. Or Anne Juliet, which we just saw a little clip of. Betsy Wolfe, the original Anne, the star of the show, is still in it, a couple of years in, and she really is as fantastic as ever. So see her before she leaves for her next project. I should say that there's a lot of crossover in these categories. Like Grandma might love Moulin Rouge, and certainly Six is a favorite among the teen set. And not, we say girls' night out, but that's. I feel like that's not necessarily even a gender term anymore.
Right.
Just grab your girls, whatever their gender.
Yes, exactly.
So these are some of the teens ones. Hell's Kitchen, you mentioned. Yeah,
Hell's Kitchen was written by Alicia Keys and is based on her life as a teenager living in New York. So that's a great one that might be a little bit more relatable to some of the teens. Plus, fantastic music.
Yeah, and also Back to the Future. You said for the teens.
Yeah, Back to the Future is the special effects.
Yeah.
It's like a 2.5 hour long Universal Studios ride.
There you go. Nice. I like that. What about plays?
So there are 5 plays that are included in Broadway Week. There's Harry Potter, which is a fantastic one for anyone, especially if they're familiar with the subject matter. And then there's a couple of new plays, Hills of California and The Roommate, which are in their very first previews this week. So I don't know much about them, and some people love that most about Broadway. Go see something nobody's seen before. There's a play called Job that transferred from downtown. It was so popular, and that is kind of a thriller, sort of a psychological thriller.
I like that.
And so maybe don't bring the little ones to that. And then Stereophonic, which won the Tony for Best Play and has a lot of music. I will note that that one has an hour and 45-minute first act.
Wow.
So either don't drink a lot of water before you go or plan accordingly. But truly fantastic and critically acclaimed.
Yeah.
We should also mention that Broadway Week is not a week.
It's 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, it starts today and goes through the 15th. So make sure that you enter the proper codes at checkout, and they're all on the Broadway Week website, which is nyctourism.com/Broadway-week. There are 2 pricing levels. So if you want to save maximum money, you put in one code. If you want to upgrade your seats, you put in the other code. But they're all right there on the webpage.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very good.
Laura, thank you.
I love being here.
We love having you.
Yes.
Thank you, Laura.